Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of Nerds.
Welcome to the SAGA Genesis, January 1991. The real gamers all have the same favorite console, the Sega Genesis. Is it a surprise? God loves Sega so much, he named the first book in the Bible Genesis.
Genesis.
16-bit sports action.
After all, the Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Gotta go. Hey, guy, you're the first serious gamer I've seen all morning. Check this out. Brand new 16-bit Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. Wow!
What's this one?
Oh, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis.
In 2024, the Genesis turns 35 years old.
You've got Stimpy's invention.
In this series, we will travel 35 years into the past each month, where we will collect, review, and rank every North American licensed Sega Genesis game ever made, except for Outback Joey.
Powdered toast, man.
F. Outback Joey.
To save himself, he launches a right hand to the kangaroo's snout.
And all of Australia, for that matter.
The Sega Genesis has blast processing. Super Nintendo doesn't.
We will be using the generally accepted list of games and their release dates. Did we get one wrong?
Shut up, nerd. Shut up, nerd.
Welcome to the SAGA Genesis.
And what if you don't have blast processing?
So we got 7 games. Well, actually, let me jump in real quick. There was only one game released in January of 1991. But some people who didn't pay attention to the intro mentioned that we might have missed some. So I individually looked up every single game going forward, and this is basically our catch-up month. So we actually got 7. I put the release dates in the notes just so you could update as we go. But let's see what else happened in January of 1991.
So let's see. On January 11th, Ric Flair won the NWA WCW wrestling title.
Yeah, so that's when the NWA and WCW split. So Ric Flair was the first WCW champion.
Okay. On January 15th, I've never heard of this guy, but it sounds legit.
Okay.
Gang Starr, Step Into the Arena, his album was released.
Will you sing us a couple songs from there, please?
I looked it up, and I mean, it's good. It sounded good. I just don't know. I've never heard it.
You think it's from Ringo Starr?
No.
No.
Gangstar.
Oh, that went way over my head. That's how old I am.
Yeah, but Gangstar, like gangster. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, so on January 17th, Operation Desert Storm began with the U.S. coalition forces bombing Iraq during the Gulf War.
God, it doesn't feel like that's been 35 years ago, does it?
It does, because I feel like I thought that happened before I was alive, and apparently that happened while I was alive. So.
Well, so did World War II. But.
Shut up. And then on the 18th, White Fang featuring Ethan Hawke was released.
White Fang.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it.
Does not ring a bell. Yeah.
It apparently was a pretty popular movie in that time.
Okay.
Ethan
Is it
Hawke
about
is
a wolf?
Super young, yes. So Ethan Hawke goes, I believe, to Alaska to try and find gold, and he ends up befriending a wolf.
Kind of like me and Clifford. All right, the first game, Populous.
Originally released in July of 1990, so this is one of those earlier ones. It was developed by Bullfrog Productions, published by Electronic Arts, EA, and the genre is real-time strategy, but it only plays one player.
This is widely regarded as the first God game. You assume the role of a deity battling another deity. You can help your tribe by manipulating the ground they live on. The flatter you make the terrain, the larger cities your people will make, which will result in more followers, thus granting you stronger powers. You can hurt the other tribe with your divine powers, such as floods, volcanoes, although the game treats them more like mountains because there is no lava. There are a total of 495 different maps. To access different maps, you must insert a code that they'll give you after winning one map. So one map, it'll give you a code for the second map, and etc., because there's no save. There are powers at your disposal that I just could not figure out. My copy of this game is a loose cart, and I think I need the manual. I'm going to give this a grade D with an asterisk. I'm going to have to come back at the end of the Saga Genesis after obtaining a manual and figure out what I'm doing. The gameplay is painfully slow, and flattening out the land is not the most exciting thing to do. A mouse would help this game out a lot, but research shows it is not compatible with the Mega Mouse. I played this game, I beat the first map, and all I did was flatten out the land, and I cannot help but think there has to be more to it than just flattening land. But I couldn't figure it out. Like I said, I'm going to take a second look, but if that's all you do, that's rough.
Then it shall remain a D.
Yeah. Up next, we got Clax.
So this was originally released in October of 1990. It was developed and published by Tengen. It's a genre of puzzle, and players 1 or 2.
Yes, tiles roll down a conveyor belt while you slide a paddle along the bottom of the belt, catching the tiles. Failing to catch 3 tiles means you lose a life. You can drop tiles into the bin, in which you try to get 3 tiles in a row by matching the same color to achieve a Clax. So Clax kind of replaces the word of Tetris. If you get 4 in a row, that is 2 Claxes. 5 in a row is 3 Claxes. A vertical Clax is worth 50 points, horizontal 1,000 points, diagonal 5,000 points. There are 100 levels with all different goals, such as get X Claxes, get X horizontal Claxes, or reach X points. Grade C. This game was not released in Japan, so this is a solid puzzle game, nothing great. The controls for the paddle could be a little tighter. P.S. Don't forget to turn the music on in the options menu, or because its standard version does not have music, and we all know how puzzle games are without music. We do have our first cover art battle. We got North America going up against PAL.
So I feel like the North America cover art is very, like, speaks to the 90s. Like, that's the type of art from the 90s. It reminds me of Saved by the Bell.
Right.
But
and that is the, in case you didn't know what that hand, that's the extreme shocker. 3 in the pink, 1 in the stink. That's what it's doing.
Shut up. Goodness gracious. Well, obviously, I think the winner here is PAL.
I was going to say the exact opposite. I hate PAL. It's a picture of a kid at an arcade machine
Playing the game.
Yeah,
and
that is awful. That is like...
No, it's so much better than this random...
No, 3 in the pink, 1 in the stink. That has to win.
No.
I hate the PAL one. Alright, let us know down in the comments section. Split the tie. Up next, we got Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse.
This was originally released in November of 1990. The Japanese title is I Love Mickey Mouse, Fushigi no Oshiro Daibouken. Okay. Developed and published by Sega. The genre is platformer and it only plays one player.
Minnie Mouse has been kidnapped by the witch Miserable. It's up to Mickey to collect 7 gems of the rainbow and rescue Minnie before the witch steals her youth and beauty. The game has 6 levels, each ending with a boss battle against a master of illusion. Your primary weapon is for Mickey to drop it like it's hot. You need to jump with the C button, then press the C button again for Mickey to come crashing down butt first. You can also pick up projectiles, but you will have a limited supply. This game looks beautiful with a huge color palette, a wide variety of villains, and excellent level design. Grade B. This game is a run button away from an A grade. I would say that was my biggest complaint about this game, playing it. Mickey walks pretty slow and you're kind of dodging things all over. If they just would have gave him, the Mario run button, I think it would have helped a lot. Yeah, the whole, dropping it looks like it's hot. Like if you just try to jump on someone's head, you will take damage. So you have to hit that C button in the air for him to stick out his butt and land butt first to jump on your head.
Okay.
So that was kind of interesting, but it was a lot of fun. I just wish it had a run button.
It's a unique attack mechanism.
Yeah. It's kind of like DuckTales, where he jumps up and kind of pogo sticks with his cane.
Yeah.
Up next, we got Final Zone.
This was originally released in November of 1990. It's the sequel to Final Zone Wolf on home computers. So Final Zone Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Developed by Wolf Team.
Get it?
Published by Renovation Products. The genre is isometric shooter. 1 player.
It is 100 years into the future, and weapons of mass destruction have been banned. Fighting is now done in power armor, known as New Age Power Suit, or NAP for short. You are Howard Bowie, a heroic soldier of the El Shara military. You pilot the K-19 Phantom in the Team Undead unit. You start the game with an absolute arsenal of weapons, but as you take damage, you lose weapons at the bottom of your weapons list, so you can sort your weapons, and you lose the bottom one as you take damage. Your hand weapon has unlimited ammo, whereas your option weapon has limited ammo. All weapons can be assigned to your hand or option, and they will fire differently. I thought that was a really cool feature. It is a good idea to play around with the different weapon types to find the best combination for your playstyle. Personally, I like the shotgun as my hand weapon because I really like the spread shot. You need to defeat 7 levels in order to beat this game. Each level starts with a hit list of enemies. The stages randomly pump out enemies until all of the targets are found. The stage design gives the player the illusion of open world, but really it is just looping over and over with enemies not in specific places on the map. Once you kill all of your targets, it's time for a boss fight. Boss fights can vary, but it's usually a mech against other NAPs. Grade C. This game was not released in PAL region, so almost a D grade here. A lot of cool ideas, but repetitive gameplay. An early version of roguelite would have fared much better with actual level design. So we have our second cover art battle. We got North America versus Japan. That it may look a little weird because it's a white background, but it is white on the outside of the Japanese game.
This one I actually feel, for me, is close because I think that I like the mech in the Japan one. Is it a mech?
Mm-hmm. Well, technically a nap.
A nap? Yeah. But I also like that it's got like the helicopters and the fire in the background on the North American one. And I like the logo Final Zone, or the title.
Yeah.
So
I agree with everything you're saying. I also don't like the chunky white around the side.
yeah.
So, and I don't think the North American mech looks bad.
No, it still looks good. It's
Yeah.
just the Japan one looks even better.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go North America on that one.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
All right. Up next, we got Lakers versus Celtics and the NBA playoffs.
Ooh. So this was originally released in November of 1990. It was developed and published by Electronic Arts. It's a sports genre, of course, and players 1 or 2.
Finally, a sports title with the league teams and player names. I think this is the first on the Genesis. This game has 8 teams who all made the 1990 NBA playoffs, plus the East and West All-Star teams. This game is one of the few video games to have Michael Jordan as a playable character, since he trademarked his own name. Most game developers did not want to pay the NBA Players Association, and Michael Jordan himself, so a lot of times they would just leave Michael Jordan out. This game has 2 modes, single game and tournament. Tournament consists of a best of 5 series, of 2 best of 5 series, and then the finals are best of 7. This game gives you a password after each game to continue the series. This game features signature moves for certain players, such as Jordan's Jumpman, Barkley's Gorilla Slam, and Bird's Layup. Grade C. EA had not tapped into the Blast processor at this point. This is another painfully slow sports title. The GOAT keeps it relevant for collectors. You don't get to play as Michael Jordan very often. So if you want to play as Michael Jordan, you got to get this one.
Yeah.
Up next, Sword of Vermilion.
Also originally released in November of 1990, the Japanese title is just simply Vermilion. Developed and published by Sega, the genre is RPG, but it only plays 1 player.
King Eric of Excalibria is overthrown by Sarkon, king of Carthagena. Before he dies, he tells his most trusted servant Blade to take his son and escape the castle, raising the child as his own. 18 years later, Blade is on his deathbed and reveals the truth to the prince. He tells him about the 8 rings of good that he will need to get revenge. Sarkon has the 8 rings of evil. This game included a 106-page hint book.
Oh.
Like, just in every copy, you got a guidebook. This game has 4 different views. The town view, or when in a town, the view is top-down, in which you can walk around orthogonally. The overworld/dungeon view is first person with tank controls. The random battle view is, again, top-down, but this time you can move and attack diagonally. And finally, the boss battle is a side-scrolling view. It's crazy that they put in so many different views into one game.
Variety.
Yeah. This game has a ton of random encounters. Each time you press a movement button, including just turning, because it's tank controls, so you gotta press left or right to turn. That feels like the computer randomizes a potential counter. So you can literally not move. So you can walk onto a space, get a random encounter, turn once to the right, get another random encounter. Random encounter fights do not give you a couple of frames of invincibility after being hit. Enemies can gang up on you and deplete your health quickly. Your sword swing is very small, so you have to get close in order to make contact, leaving yourself open for a counterattack. The fights start with you in the middle of a group of enemies, but you can walk to the left or right of the screen to leave the fight. You don't get any gold or experience, but at least you don't die. You also cannot use healing items or spells during combat. You have to wait till after it is over, which is crazy
You
for
can't
an
stop
RPG.
fighting.
Yeah. This game forces you to talk to townspeople. They will give you the story and maps needed for the overworld. Without a map, the overworld, it's basically the dungeons are 100% black screen with just you. The overworld, there's like a tiny little circle around you, and everything is a maze in this game. Boss fights do not include a jump, and you cannot use magic, in addition to not being able to heal. Grade B. The combat hurts this game, but the story is a lot of fun with false quests, and all the different towns have something different going on. Like there was a town that's king was replaced with a villain. There's another town where everyone is old, and after you defeat the boss, you gain their youth back. So I enjoyed that part, but that combat needed some help.
Yeah, you like games with a good story, but you also like RPGs.
Yeah, I do. I got another cover art battle. I think this might be the last one. The fellas will like Japan, and the ladies will like North America Pal because he looks so handsome there.
I like Japan. I really, it just looks tough.
It does look. I think it's easy. I think the North America Pal one looks pretty bad, but he does kind of give me that romantic fantasy novel cover vibes. You know, showing his handsome face, but
he looks a lot tougher in the Japan version.
Yeah. All right, up next, the only game, or last game, Joe Montana Football.
So this was developed by Park Place Productions, published by Sega. Obviously, it's a sports genre, and it plays 1 or 2 players.
Another NFL football game without the NFL or NFL Player Association license. You get the city names, but not the team or player names. Only 16 out of the possible 28 teams are in the game. Joe Montana was apparently a huge fan of Sega, with his favorite game being Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf. Madden's contract is thought to be the most expensive celebrity video game contract signing to date, $1.7 million for 5 years. Joe Montana helped develop the game, which I can only assume is teaching a bunch of tech nerds how football is played. Park Place Productions also made the John Madden video game 2 months earlier. They used the same engine with some different modifications. Grade C. The controls and gameplay are not as tight as the original Madden. Changing your player on defense is particularly frustrating. Also, the kicking game is just a single button. No power, no aiming. I missed an extra point without any control.
Aww.
Alright, so let's jump into the rankings. Sword of Vermilion takes the top spot this month at number 13. Then Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse at 18, both those B's. And we get down to the C's. We got 36 Clacks, 37 Joe Montana Football, 40 Lakers vs. Celtics in the NBA playoffs, 43 Final Zone, and 1D Populous, but I did put an asterisk next to it just in case I just completely missed something. But
It's all about making the land flat.
That's what you do, and I won. So it has to be more than that.
That sounds so boring. And it just like in reality terms, right? Like everyone wants mountains.
Right, yeah. Yeah. We live where it's all flat and it's boring. And we don't have the biggest cities. So I have to be missing something. Let me know down in the comment section if you love. Am I missing something in Populous? So I know, like it'll eventually create a night, and then you can kind of destroy your own towns by elevating, and then some of the individual people will join up with the knight, making the knight unit stronger. It just seemed, I don't know, like I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not. That'll do it for this month. Let us know down in the comments section which Clax cover art is your favorite. Do you agree with our grades? And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, Pumpkin. Do you have something to say to the world for making us a day late?
Sleep.
Yeah, you slept all through Monday.
I was tired Sunday when I got home from all the traveling me and the children did.
Yeah, they went to Cincinnati.
Well, Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No one knows what that is.